Today, we will talk about the top 10 most dangerous animals in the world. Most people have one animal phobia or another, be it a fear of sharks, thanks to sensationalist blockbusters, or horror of anything that creeps and crawls. But when it comes to which species are worth being afraid of, the answer might surprise you. Ferocious beasts of all shapes and sizes can be downright deadly. Some actively cause large numbers of human fatalities, while others are relatively unknown but extremely lethal when contact is made. It's just part of the reason why animal advocates and wise tour guides always advise against touching or interacting with wildlife. Below are the 10 most dangerous animals in the world and where you might encounter them. 10. Hippopotamus. Hippos may look like giant bumbling things, but they are often considered Africa's most dangerous mammal. They're territorial, unpredictable, and armed with a mouthful of teeth sharp and strong enough to do lethal damage if their territory is encroached on. Whether that be by a crocodile, another hippo, or a boat full of tourists, they will aggressively defend their space. When hippos attack, they do so with canine teeth nearly 2 feet long at a pressure of 2,000 pounds per square inch. As if that weren't enough reason to steer clear, hippos sweat a red liquid that looks like blood, securing their title as the most metal animal on the world. 9. Box jellyfish. Often found floating or very slowly moving at speeds close to 5 miles per hour. In Indo-Pacific waters, these transparent, nearly invisible invertebrates are considered by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to be the most venomous marine animal in the world. Their namesake cubic frames contain up to 15 tentacles that can grow up to 10 feet long. Plus, those tendrils are lined with thousands of stinging cells known as nematocysts, which contain toxins that simultaneously attack the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. While antivenoms do exist, the venom is so potent that many human victims have been known to go into shock and drown or die of heart failure before reaching shore. 8. Golden poison dart frog. Poison darts are a large, diverse group of brightly colored frogs, of which only a handful of species are particularly dangerous to humans. The most deadly, the golden poison dart, inhabits the small range of rainforests along Colombia's Pacific coast and grows to be around 2 inches long, roughly the size of a paperclip. Its poison, called batrachotoxin, is so potent that there's enough in one frog to kill 10 grown men. 7. Cape buffalo. Cape buffalo, which number around 900,000 in the wild, are a relatively mild species when left alone, preferring to travel in massive herds as they graze in the early morning and late afternoon hours or gather around watering holes. However, if an individual or its calf is threatened or wounded, they become the incarnation of their nickname, Black Death, reportedly responsible for killing more hunters on the African continent than any other creature. These behemoths, which can grow up to nearly 6 feet tall and weigh close to a ton, circle and stalk their prey before charging at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour. They're even known to continue charging when injured and will not hesitate to attack moving vehicles. Suffice to say, you don't want to mess with those horns. 6. Indian saw-scaled viper. While plenty of snake species packs enough venom to bring down a human, not all of them take the multifaceted approach of the Indian saw-scaled viper. Sometimes called the little Indian viper or the saw-scaled viper, these reptiles live in some of the most populated areas of the region they occupy, which stretches well beyond India. They remain inconspicuous, though, by using their natural camouflage to blend into desert surroundings. 5. Snakes. It turns out that the fear of snakes, or ophidiophobia, may not be so unreasonable after all. Snakes account for over 100,000 fatalities a year based on conservative estimates. A worldwide shortage of antivenom, as well as the remote locations inhabited by some of the most venomous snake species, all contribute to this high death toll. While many people fear large snakes like boa constrictors and anacondas, the snake responsible for the most deaths is actually the Indian saw-scaled viper, which only measures up to 3 feet long. Also called the carpet viper, this snake resides in Africa, the Middle East, and India, and the females of the species are more than twice as venomous as the males. Aside from the high death rate, the carpet viper's venom is a neurotoxin that causes an extremely high number of amputations in those victims that it doesn't kill outright. Out of all the venomous snakes in the world, the inland taipan is supposed to be the most elusive and toxic. The inland taipan, a native of Australia, can envenomate in consecutive bites in the same attack. 4. Brazilian wandering spider. If the size of this spider isn't enough to inspire a sudden heart attack, they can be 5 to 7 inches long, then its highly venomous bite will finish the job. Many spiders have fangs packed full of toxins but aren't known to bite people. Unfortunately, the Brazilian wandering spider is not one of these. Even worse, the spider often lives up to its name and wanders into densely populated areas to seek shelter in dark, cozy places like the inside of shoes, clothes, log piles, cars, and other places people may stick their hands. 3. Saltwater crocodile. Florida's alligators may be scary, but they have nothing on their cousin, the fearsome crocodile, which is more short-tempered, easily provoked, and aggressive toward anything that crosses his path. Of all the species in the world, the largest and most dangerous is the saltwater crocodile. These ferocious killers can grow up to 23 feet in length, weigh more than a ton, and are known to kill hundreds of people each year, with crocodiles as a whole responsible for more human fatalities annually than sharks. Then again, so are cars. Saltwater crocodiles are especially dangerous as they're excellent swimmers in both salt and freshwater. Yes, their name is confusing, and can strike quickly with a bite delivering 3,700 pounds per. If that's not enough to scare you, let us put it into perspective. Humans chomp into a well-done steak at around 200 psi, a mere 5% of the strength of a salty's jaw. 2. Sharks. While sharks are commonly portrayed in movies and television shows as deadly killers, the reality is much different. Worldwide, sharks account for only several hundred attacks on humans, and they only average 6 to 7 human deaths per year. In the United States, sharks cause about 1 death every 2 years. The species responsible for the highest percentages of fatal attacks are the great white shark, the bull shark, and the tiger shark. Over 375 shark species have been identified, but only about 12 of those species are considered dangerous. The average shark bite can generate up to 40,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. However, your odds of getting attacked and killed by a shark are only 1 in almost 3.5 million. These animals are labeled as dangerous, however, sharks are most often the victims. They're killed by the millions every year due to the high demand for their fins. Such demands for shark fins lead to illegal fishing and overfishing, which is depleting the shark populations all over the world. 1. Lion. This is the king of the jungle. If it were to have the same mental capability as man, then man would be extinct by now. A lion, panther, or leo is a mammal that is cat-like but bigger, with a muscular body, rounded head, and a hairy tuft at the end of its tail. They are dimorphic. The adult males are always more significant than females. This animal never feeds on grass, you understand what I mean. It is a carnivore with all the adaptations, including carnassial teeth, that help it to grip the prey. To elaborate on how dangerous this animal is, there was an incident where a troop escaped from the zoo parks and invaded a nearby village. People lost their lives and livestock was killed, leaving the village in a quagmire state. The lions are apex predators who keep populations of other animals in check, as nature is, after all, a delicate balance. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.